Hi, I'm Jo Martin. I'm the founder of One of Many, and today I wanted to introduce you to someone who has absolutely inspired me lately, and I hope she inspires you too. But it also speaks to that what we see on the outside isn't always what's going on the inside, and I think this is something that we need to talk about more. Hala Thomasdotter is the CEO of the B Team, which is an extraordinary organisation which was founded along the principles of that our old plan for business, Plan A, where it was profits at all cost, isn't working, and we need a Plan B. Hala started her leadership career in corporate America, working for Mars and Pepsi Cola. She was on the founding team of Reykjavik University, where she established the executive education department, founded and led a successful women's entrepreneurship and empowerment initiative, and was assistant professor at the business school. She was the first female CEO of the Iceland Chamber of Commerce and later went on to co-found an investment firm in Iceland with the vision to incorporate feminine values into finance. She's really my kind of woman. That business survived the infamous economic meltdown in Iceland because of those feminine principles. In 2016, Hala was an independent candidate for the presidency of Iceland, and a few short weeks out, she only had 1% of the vote. She turned her whole campaign style around and came from a place of authenticity, conversation, connection, and collaboration. And a few very short weeks later, she came runner-up with 30% of the vote, from 1% to over 30% in a few short weeks. What she said she learned from this was that the world is ready for a new and authentic style of leadership, which I just think is so extraordinary. Now, I was blessed to meet Hala very recently on a trip to Necker Island, which was hosted by the Virgin Unite Foundation. It's one of the most inspiring things I have ever done because of the incredible leaders that I met there, and Hala was one of those. But what really struck me about Hala was not only how extraordinary she is, as you can hear from what she's done, but how grounded she was. Very firmly, feet on the ground, down to business, and very practical. But as we got chatting over the course of the couple of days, it became very clear, and she shared very openly about her imposter syndrome. How she often felt, and especially in that presidential campaign, who was she to say these things? You know, who was she to make a stand and do things differently to how everybody else was doing it? Who was she to lead the B Team, which is a collective of some of the most extraordinary business leaders in the world? Who was she to lead this up, you know? And it was really heartening in some respects for me to hear that. I personally suffer from imposter syndrome terribly, really badly. And as Hala and I were talking about imposter syndrome, we both agreed that we had not yet met a woman leader who didn't worry about who was she to do something. Did she have the credentials? Did she have the capabilities? Now, I truly believe that we are at a point in our global history, whether it's business, politics, you know, the economic situation, the environmental situation, where what we need to solve this problem is more women in leadership. And if we're all busy out there pretending that we feel confident all the time, that everything's together, that we're A-okay, we're not going to get there. Because every single woman leader I've ever coached or worked with, and Hala was the same when she shared with me that many of the women that she had worked with suffer from this sense of lack of self-confidence or lack of self-belief, which we call imposter syndrome. It's normal. From my perspective, I believe to be able to be the leader the world needs us to be, we don't have to have unshakable self-belief. We don't have to totally 100% believe in ourselves to be able to end up with a bio that reads like Hala's, right? What we need is people around us who believe in us more than we believe in ourselves, and a vision for the world that pulls us forward and is more important to us than any lack of belief or any fears that we have that we're not good enough. Because frankly, show me a woman out there who doesn't, if she's playing a big game, fear that maybe she doesn't have what it takes. Our job as women is to get around each other, to collaborate, to build each other up, to share stories of success, So my question for you is, tell me about a woman leader you've seen recently who thoroughly inspired you. And I wonder if she too suffers from imposter syndrome. If you've enjoyed this video, please do share it with people. Like it if you want to hear more. And tell me in the comments, who do you want to celebrate as an extraordinary woman coming from authentic leadership, doing amazing things in the world, who probably, just like you and me, think that she ain't good enough to do it? Share away.